Thanks for clicking the play button today, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about what's a pack if you're looking to go abroad or just on a long trip.
So, what should you pack if you're looking to go abroad or just on a long trip? I mean, you look ready.
Well, yeah, we got our day trip, right? I got my backpack, you got my suitcase, sunglasses, glasses.
Man. Ready to go. But what about the stuff inside? I mean, I know outside we're ready to go, but what about inside? Are we ready inside?
Well, I have everything.
Everything?
Everything.
All right. Well, for the newbies, right? What should they pack?
Jerry, can I take this off?
Sure.
All right.
All right. So for all you newbies out there that maybe haven't gone on a longer trip or even a shorter term trip before, well, let's examine what you're going to need. So first things first, right? You're going to have to think about when you're going, and you're going to have to pack for that season. And if you're going for a slightly longer trip, maybe the season after that.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like if you're going to go like summertime, obviously short shorts, right? Sun's out, guns out. Not those guns, these guns, right?
He's not American, so he doesn't get the other guns.
Yeah. Pack for that season. And then if you're staying a little bit longer, make sure you have at least one or two things for when it gets a little bit colder. Outside of that, right, if you're going to be staying for a little while and you don't want to get bored, make sure you pack some interesting stuff related to your hobbies. So like if you like arts and crafts, maybe pack some arts and crafts stuff. If you like reading books, bring a few books, right? If you like playing cards, definitely bring a pack of cards. But whatever your hobby is, make sure you pack for that so that passing the time is a lot easier.
For the pros, you guys may not know, but Jerry definitely knows, I'm a perfectionist. So I bring everything. So this was a challenge for me to say like, okay, what do we really need versus the 7 bags that Dart brings along for every long-term trip. I'm not kidding. The first trip I came over to China, we had 7 suitcases. So we're gonna nail it down though. So for us, for example, we came to China to work. So make sure you bring job clothes.
Yeah.
You may not need, extra clothes for all 4 seasons, but you're gonna need something to work in when you first get here. The next thing we have here is any medications, right? Yep. You're not sure when you first come over, you don't know what you're going to be able to get. So it's really important that you bring along whatever you need.
Definitely all the essential medications.
All the essential medications, right? Again, we're trying to pack properly. You don't need to bring every medication you've taken since you were a baby. Just because I have asthma doesn't mean I'm bringing my nebulizer. I'm just going to bring my, little puffer.
Yeah, but maybe you should bring a nebulizer. I mean, you did want to pack everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. And then the last thing, your essential tech, right? We know that everyone's teched up nowadays. And if you're a minimalist, great. Maybe that just means your phone and a charger. Who knows? Maybe you got an old like Motorola or something that no one who's, born in the last decade knows about. Or if you're like me, and again, you have everything.
Yes.
You got to pack your phone. You got to pack your tablet. Maybe you have an electronic toothbrush or like hair trimmer. Bring all those with you. Yeah. Ladies, I guess I don't know what. I don't know, but just make sure you have it all.
Just make sure you bring everything.
Make sure you have all your essential tech and your chargers, right?
Yeah,
there's nothing worse than like...
Make sure you have your chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember I was bringing over my watch, right? Which is my Huawei watch. I was bringing this over and I was going through and I remembered I didn't bring the charge pad for it. What do I do? Like my battery's running out. I can't charge my watch, but luckily there's Huawei stores everywhere. So I was able to get a charge pad and now we're fully charged.
Which is a good point. Region specific,
yes.
Right? Huawei is a Chinese company. Jerry had a Chinese product, and it was his watch, right? It wasn't his main device or something that he needed, so like it wasn't a big deal if he had to be able to buy that once he got here. Whereas something else, like maybe his phone or if he used his computer for work, if you're gonna come to China and want to be able to get on your social media and things like that, download a VPN on all of your devices.
Super essential, right? Super essential.
Before you get here, definitely would recommend ExpressVPN. It doesn't always work, but it's the most reliable. Overall, in terms of what we know about here in China, again, from our experience.
I mean, I have heard other people dabbling with other VPN providers, but so far in my own personal experience, ExpressVPN has been the best, even though there were times where, as you say, like literally didn't work. But I can't really comment on others, but I can tell you that Express, for me personally, definitely the way to go.
Also, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this concept, but I guess different races and ethnicities have different levels of BO, and Chinese people happen to be among the lowest. I'll drop the graph right here for you guys to look at after. But basically, they don't really use deodorant. So this is kind of an important time to talk about toiletries. Like anything that's like special that you can't go without, make sure you bring.
I think if you do have a specific brand that you use that may or may not be as readily available in China, do pack for the longer term. Make sure you do have it with you because, let's be honest, you don't really want to be caught short.
Okay, Jerry, so we've been talking a lot about what to pack, right? So what are we going to need to pack?
Well, let's see. For me, toothbrush, toothpaste, charger.
So now what am I going to pack? Let's see what I'm going to pack, all right? So we're going to get everything I need. Right, so that's going to be
literally everything.
Yeah, everything, right? Yeah, exactly. So we need your toiletry bag. You need your clothes bag. You need everything with your clothes. You need any extras, maybe an iron or something like that. Blankets is super important. Your money, your hangers. You're going to make sure you need your hangers. Make sure you bring a hobby. So I'm going to toss my Frisbee in there.
Yes.
Again, blanket. Did I say blanket already? Maybe I did.
Blanket.
And of course, as always, pillow. And then don't forget the baby, right? You got to make sure we have everything. So put the baby in, right? And so that's going to be it.
Cool.
Jerry, I feel like we need to find a middle ground here.
I think so. Like, do you really need to put the baby in the bag?
Why? You don't like my baby?
No. I love your baby. I think she's great. But does she need to be in the bag?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Okay.
So,
realistically,
yes,
what we can go through, a toiletry bag. Check that out. I have a little yellow one. I've had it for years, and it's really great because it keeps all your toiletries in one spot, especially for traveling. So you can just toss that in. You're good to go. You're going to need clothes, right? So make sure you have a few layers of clothes.
Yes.
We only did one layer. I think there's 2 or 3 outfits if you look as we're packing this bag up. So double that up. You could literally fit this in. But if you look, this is only half of a suitcase.
Yeah.
Like literally all you need is half. And this is a big suitcase, right? It's like a 27 or 25 inch suitcase or whatever it is. But just look at this list. There's not that many things you really need.
No.
So don't stress.
No. And then the other thing to remind everybody about is, hey, like when you get here, you can also get clothes, right?
Yeah.
So again, if you feel that you've underpacked, if you're like me, where you didn't bring anything really, right? Like you can get clothes. So don't worry.
Next, we have the bonus round. The things that you need to buy right when you first get here, but you're not going to pack because maybe they take up too much space. The first is bedding, and then the second here is any remaining toiletries or like cleaning materials.
After that, you might want to go again in the next few days because again, if you're here, let's be honest, in terms of food, you're most likely not going to be cooking right away, right? You're probably going to be eating out at a few places that your friends or your colleagues have shown you, right? But when you are ready to go and be at home and start cooking, you might want to start looking at some cooking utensils.
Yeah. And the last thing here that you kind of want to consider again for that second trip or down the line is how are you going to get around with transport?
Yeah.
Because transport can become really expensive if you don't have a plan. For example, here, like if you, we had our Taxi King, right? But if you, for example, do that for too long where you're just relying on maybe what's the most convenient, you may end up losing a lot of your money, which again can affect your experience because then you can't use that money to go do other things, go traveling or eat different things or whatever that may be. So
the bus cards, which is essentially a bus pass for everybody else at home that's watching, and they get around perfectly fine. It might take a little bit longer because of course you're waiting for a bus, and of course the route might be a little bit slower, especially if the bus happens to stop at more than one stop. But in terms of you saving money, it's absolutely fantastic. One of our good friends has recently come back, right? He's taking the bus at the moment, right? But he's finding time to do lots of other things. Thinking about how you're going to get around, especially when you don't have much money, the bus, especially in China, is a fantastic option.
Yeah. All right, everyone. You know what time it is. It's time for China What? Jerry's mentioned it before. Haven't really talked about it too much on the channel, but I'm really into biking. And I was talking to one of my friends about watching a vegan cyclist on YouTube, and he was really confused. Like, how can you be an athlete and be vegan? Right? So this is super, super interesting for me. Which
it's totally possible.
Yeah, totally possible. Probable, likely. A vegan cyclist is killing it. He's a Cat 2 rider. Anyway, so that was the first experience. One of my friends was like, how can you possibly get enough food in and be a vegan? Just kind of a fun fun little thing where it's like, you know, if you're not part of a subculture or something like that, or trying to bring a new subculture to a new place, you can get interesting questions and things along the way. So shout out to Vegan Cyclist, because that experience actually helped me decide to being a vegetarian. This experience, again, just helps you grow and helps you change as a person. So yeah.
And we'll also be linking to his channel in the description box below, so please do check it out. And yeah, like, I think you're right. Those types of things do happen to you all the time. Like, literally, like, what do you mean? Like, you don't eat meat? And people look at you like you have 3 heads, especially here in China, because everybody eats meat. Like, literally all the meat.
Right. Like, you bring snacks and you're like, where's the meat? You're like, what do you mean? Like, some like nuts or veggies or fruits or whatever. And they're like, yeah, but where's the meat? Where's the dried meat? And we're like,
there isn't any.
Thanks for watching. We really appreciate your support. As always, please feel free to drop a like or comment for us, and we'll see you next week.